Hey beauties, it's Krystal from loveeeee Beauty and welcome back to my channel.
Closer, closer, closer. A little closer, closer from the last one.
Today we are talking about marketing tips for lash extensions. I mean, to be brutally honest, obviously I'm going to give you guys all the tips and tricks that I had to kind of learn along the way, or basically learn through trial and error. But I think that this video is applicable to anybody who's starting a business. So don't just think that this is tailored to lash techs. I'm sure that there's information in this video that would help everybody. One thing that I felt like I never learned when I first learned about lashing was the importance of having an advertising budget. So when I first started lashing, from about October 2018 when I started to December 2019, I thought I could get away with, a $15 ad every week, or not even every week, a $15 ad every month, or a $15 ad every 2 weeks. And I was always wondering why are clients not coming? Like, I'm advertising, I'm paying for it. Hey, I'm here. I feel like my lash sets look good. So what's the problem? When I say have an advertising budget, this is something that you need to think about after you do your first training. A lot of people think, okay, I paid my $1,000 for my training. Now it's time for me to make my money back tenfold. It doesn't work like that. Like, you got to continue to invest in your business before you see a return. It's not just the training. So contrary to what a lot of trainees trainers, my apologies, would say to you in a class, which pisses me off, it's not true. You don't come out of that class being a girl boss and being able to provide for yourself 100% in terms of quitting your daytime job. That's not realistic. I mean, maybe for some it works out like that, but for most, that's not reality. So go into it thinking about having an advertising budget. I personally felt like I saw the most growth in my business and clientele when I started to spend around, let's say between 40 to 60 Canadian a week. That's when I really saw the biggest return. And how I looked at it was like, okay, if I spend 40 or let's say $60 a week, if I get one client to either get a refill or a new client to book entirely, I've already made my money back. And now I've kind of broadcasted my business to a community of people who possibly might just, for one, have my page in the back of their mind for when they are ready to book. But now you've put yourself out there and you've made your money back. So have an advertising budget. That's super important. Okay, so now you're asking, what's an advertising? What advertising am I talking about? I'm talking about Facebook ads, Instagram ads. I don't know if people do Kijiji, but if that's what works in your town, maybe Kijiji ads. But for me, Facebook and Instagram seem to work. Advertising budgets include things like online contests, a client referral program if you wanted to do that. Those are things that you could use to build your clientele and kind of advertise your business. Put an ad out there. Offering a free lash set. All you have to do is like this page, follow this page, comment on this page, something like that. Those are ways to draw in clients. And if you give out a free set to this person, which is really just you donating your time, okay, let's say you donated 2 hours, 2.5 hours. Now, what if they just happen to rebook refills with you all the time? You've just made a client just by donating 2 hours of your time. 2 hours of your time that you probably would have done sitting in front of the TV or something like that. You know what I mean? Single-handedly, probably one of the more important things when it comes to marketing is how much money you can put towards advertising. So the next tip, stop worrying about followers. I can say this proudly because I am the #1 culprit that had this on the forefront of my mind when I first launched my business. I always was thinking, oh my gosh, if I have only a certain amount of followers, that means I don't have clients, or it's gonna look a certain way to people, like I don't have clients. And I'm embarrassed to say, but this is something that I realized is just not the truth in the last 4 months of my lash career. Things have completely turned around the minute I've decided to just not care about that and worry about who's going to be a new client. Focus on the clients. That's it. Don't focus on who's following who's not following who, how many followers another person has, because just because someone has 15,000 followers on Instagram doesn't mean they have 15,000 clients. Okay? You might have 300 followers like me. And it might look to some on the outside that don't understand what your business is, oh wow, she's not that poppin', but I have a full book, like a full book. It's not a game. And to be brutally honest, a fraction of those followers are my clients. I focus on the ones who are. So move your focus and move your focus from, hey, I need a lot of followers for my business to get to a certain level, because that's not the truth, that's not reality, and that's not what it is. Focus on what clients can I continue to retain that will help me meet my goal every month. So if you have your goal of having 15 appointments a month, okay, what 15 clients am I going to retain to hit that goal? Don't worry about the other X amount of 100 followers that you may or may not have. Those people aren't paying you. They're just looking at your page because your page is entertaining, right? It might be something they like to do. Maybe they're into beauty, maybe they're into lashes. For me, my page is all about like lashes, and then I'll put motivational quotes. So some people, I look at it, just follow me because of my quotes and maybe my outlook on life. Maybe that's interesting to them, but that doesn't mean they want to buy anything from me, right? Remember I mentioned to you guys before the importance of Instagram ads and Facebook ads, right? So with that, when you have a business profile on Instagram, you have insights, also on Facebook as well, where you can see who's liking your picture, how many people are liking your picture, how many comments you have, how many forwards this photo has had, and also how many people have saved the post onto their Instagram. Those are going to be your best friend. You need to pay attention to your insights, because obviously if you're posting the same type of photos and it's not getting a reaction, and you're promoting those photos and it's still not getting a reaction, you need to figure out, okay, what is it that I'm doing on my end that's not appealing to the masses, because I'm paying the $60, I'm putting the money out there, but people are just not liking my photos. So maybe you have to switch it up. With that said, now that we understand insights, you need to decide who your audience is. This is something that you'll learn from your Facebook ads as well, so that you know how to tailor your ads for that demographic. When I first started advertising, I think I used to do the age range of women from 18 to 65. There's no need to be doing that. Like, first of all, you're appealing to such a large group of people. You're giving away about 50% of quality ad space that this app has kind of, I guess, enabled you to have to a group of people that probably don't care. So what I had to start doing is looking at, okay, so this is who I promoted to, but when I got my insights, it shows you an exact age range that I think is usually about a 10-year span, maybe 15 years, of who liked your photos the most. My age range is 25 to 39 or 40, that age range or whatever. So I put mine at 25 to 50, just because I do have a few clients that are older than 40 that come to me. And when I did that, it was like a bomb went off. My DMs were flooded. And it was just because now I've concentrated my ads into such a small group of people. It's hitting a community of people that seem to be interested in my type of content and my type of services. So really make sure you're paying attention to your insights with your Facebook ads. Don't just be promoting it and not paying attention to that. That's information you're actually paying for when you do these ads. It's a transactional thing. You're getting clients and you're getting analytics that you can use to further push your business forward. But let's get into the nitty gritty. Let's get into some of the secret tips and tricks. One thing I had to learn the hard way was how to post with hashtags. A lot of people don't like to use hashtags. I understand. Or it might look corny to some, or they don't like the way it looks on their page. That's fine. So the hashtags aren't for everybody. Me, I'm a different bird. I love hashtags because hashtags help push your business, and that's another way of almost getting sometimes free promotion for your content and your services. But here's the thing with hashtags. When I first started using hashtags, I would use not so much. I think I wouldn't do more than 10 hashtags, but my hashtags would be like hashtag eyelash extensions, hashtag volume eyelash extensions, hashtag classic lash extensions. That is, again, a very broad group. If you click classic lash extensions, there's over 1 million posts about classic lash extensions. So what are the chances of somebody who lives in your area seeing that and knowing, hey, she lives around the corner from me, I'm going to click her page? No, that's not how it's not going to happen like that. But the chances of someone searching Toronto volume lash extensions or GTA lash extensions, Etobicoke lashes, that's a lot higher because people are going to be looking for what's in their immediate area. They're not going to be looking for what someone's doing in Paris or what someone's doing in Vancouver. You know what I mean? So be specific with your hashtags. Say where you are. Like, say Etobicoke lashes, Toronto lashes, GTA lashes. think about things like that. And this isn't, whatever your business is, just be specific. With that said, now let's talk about the bios. I've been on so many lash text pages and their bios make me cringe. It is not straightforward. It's not simple. It doesn't tell people what the person does. It'll be something like, I'm Aquarius, but I love Scorpios. My favorite food is so-and-so, and I do lash extensions. I just want to know what you do and if we can make a transaction. And I know that's going to sound kind of harsh to people, but I just need to be realistic because these are the same things I'm going to tell my trainees when I'm able to train again after this lockdown. So be specific with what you're doing in your bio and simplify it. My bio says what I do. So I have training 101s available. I do lashes, my location, and my YouTube. Those are the only 4 things that I need to communicate with people. Well, not now, not really just my YouTube, my website, which I'll link here for those who didn't know it launched. Those are all the things that people need to know. They don't need to know anything else. When you want to get into specifics about your personality and things like that, yeah, when they book a service for you, you guys can be as, you know, cool and giddy. Or when the person doesn't know anything about you, just keep it simple, keep your bio professional. But I do want to add to that, I'm in no way saying don't be yourself. This will automatically segue into the next section, which is be yourself. Because you're attracting clients for a reason, you're retaining clients for a reason, they keep coming back for a reason, so there's obviously something about you that they like. Don't look at somebody else and say, hey, this is what she does, so I'm gonna do this because she has so many clients. Like, the clients that come to her are coming to her because she's herself, and there's nobody else that can be you. So be yourself, stick to your script, and just stay positive, and you will see results. It's all about being consistent. A next tip I would say is, when permittable, get yourself a website. I have to be the first to admit, I took really long to get on this. I am now going into, well, I just passed 2 years as a lash tech, and I only just got my site up and running. And I think it was because, honestly, the first 1.5 years, I'm gonna say I wasn't taking it serious until probably mid-summer of 2020, where I realized, you know what, it's really important to have my side hustle up and popping. So get yourself a website if you can. There are so many different website builders online that you can use that are inexpensive and make it super simple. But what's great about having a website is that it's an automatic front for your business. So anyone who doesn't know you or is looking at your site and saying, wow, this person looks super professional. Meanwhile, you could be running a whole mom and pop shop in the background of the business. That doesn't matter. As long as the client's first initial reaction to you is, wow, okay, I can book with her. Oh, she has her site. This is where she posts her YouTube. I can keep updated with her Instagram feed. There's a live chat function on her site in case I need to ask questions. It's streamlining your process in a way where you are gonna look so much more professional. You're gonna look so much more credible to people who might have stumbled on your page accidentally. So I'm really excited to get that up and running. Make sure you guys check out my site. I will be posting obviously all my YouTube videos there. My Instagram feed is there. You'll be able to live chat with me at any time from that site in case you have questions about anything that have to do with lashes. You'll also be able to make booking inquiries directly on that site, which makes it super easy for me in terms of not missing anyone and not having to go through DMs to find information from people. So that's all I have for this video. I hope it wasn't too all over the place because I really was just speaking from the heart. If you haven't already, I'm gonna need you to hit that like button and that subscribe button, and maybe leave a comment below if you love this video and you wanna see more like it. But until next time, I will see you all in my next video. Mwah.